On a stormy night in 1980, Granger Taylor left his parents a note. The note read, "Dear Mother and Father, I have gone away to walk aboard an alien spaceship, as recurring dreams assured a 42-month interstellar voyage to explore the vast universe. Then, return." And, just like that, he vanished. He left behind everything: his tools, his dog, and his family. Until 6 years later, when a crater was discovered in the forest. Inside, fragments of a truck and what some say was a single human bone. The coroner said it was Granger. However, there are conflicting claims that complicate the official story. Some say the vehicle's VIN number didn't fully match. The color of the truck found was blue, while Granger's was reportedly pink, and the license plate did not match his. Netizens also point out that the single bone fragment found was never conclusively confirmed to be his. Growing up, Granger taught himself how to disassemble and rebuild engines before he finished high school. He once pulled a derailed locomotive from the bush and rebuilt it piece by piece. It was shortly after high school that the dreams began. Strange, vivid visions about technology, space travel, and otherworldly encounters. Robert Keller, Granger's best friend, remembered how Granger described these experiences. "He told me he had a dream where someone came to him and said they needed his help, that they wanted to take him away to another planet because of his knowledge and skills. He believed they were real, that they were extraterrestrials who wanted to involve him in something much bigger than this world." Driven by these dreams, Granger's next ambitious project was to build a flying saucer. Not to fly, but to understand the mechanics behind it. That is when the unthinkable happened. A note found in his family home was discovered that said Granger was leaving for a 42-month interstellar voyage and was never seen or heard from again. It's important to note that while Granger said his journey would take 42 months, a Reddit user named Darkening Rage 3 points out that because of a real phenomenon called time dilation from Einstein's theory of relativity, that same trip could equal 100,000 years here on Earth. In short, the faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. Near light speed, time for you nearly stops, while the rest of the universe races on. Granger claimed that the beings he was communicating with had shown him that space could be folded, a concept that, in 1980, was barely known outside of science fiction. But today, that exact idea is peer-reviewed, taught in university classrooms, and modeled by leading physicists. The idea of folding space, bending the fabric of reality to travel impossible distances, now sits at the heart of modern wormhole physics. And the US government noticed. In 2010, the Defense Intelligence Agency quietly commissioned a set of scientific papers known as Defense Intelligence Reference Documents, or DIRDs. One of them, titled Traversable Wormholes, Stargates, and Negative Energy, outlines the precise physics required to fold space using exotic matter. These weren't conspiracy theories. They were declassified, government-funded assessments on the feasibility of advanced propulsion and space-time manipulation. So if a rural mechanic with no formal education was describing this same concept in 1980, and decades later it shows up in peer-reviewed defense research.
I said that maybe we should stop asking if Granger Taylor was crazy and start asking how he knew.